What if I told you, faithful, that this Sunday the legendary 12th man in Seattle might just find themselves drowned out by a roaring tide of scarlet and gold? Can you even fathom the audacity? As the NFL season kicks off, it's not just the players who are ready to make a statement. It's us, the San Francisco 49ers faithful, preparing to turn Lumen Field into a home away from home. This isn't just week one, it's a declaration. A declaration that the most intense rivalry in professional sports is back, and the Niners are coming in hot, both on and off the field. My name is Chase Sr., and thanks for hanging out with me here on the 49ers Report. We've got an all-new exclusive report on deck that's going to get your blood pumping for Sunday's showdown. The Niners have been shuffling up their roster with some intriguing moves, and we're going to dive deep into what that means for the team. But perhaps even more thrilling than the on-field strategy is the news that Niner fans are poised to take over Seattle, transforming what's supposed to be one of the league's most hostile road environments into a sea of our own. This isn't just football, it's a cultural takeover, a testament to the unwavering passion of the 49ers faithful. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let me just say, this rivalry isn't confined to the gridiron. Right here at Chat Sports, it's Niner Nation versus Seahawks today in a subscriber battle. And let me tell you, we are dominating. Since the calendar flipped to September, the 49ers Report has gained a staggering 41 new subscribers, leaving Seahawks today trailing in our dust with a mere 28. We're not just winning, we're annihilating them. So, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Not only do you get year-round, in-depth Niners coverage, but you also help us shellac the competition. Let's get that dub, both in the sub-battle and on the field this Sunday. San Francisco. Now let's talk about the strategic chess match unfolding behind the scenes. Just moments ago, Adam Schefter dropped a bombshell tweet about the 49ers' latest roster adjustments, and it's a classic case of roster juggling. The 49ers are releasing wide receiver Russell Gage from their active roster, but here's the kicker. They fully intend to sign him to their practice squad and then elevate him for Sunday's game against Seattle, provided he doesn't sign elsewhere. This move speaks volumes about the team's belief in Gage, despite the roller coaster ride his career has been. Russell Gage's journey has been nothing short of a saga. He started his career with the Atlanta Falcons, where he was a genuinely solid player, racking up back-to-back 700-plus yard seasons. He was shaping up to be a reliable number 3 or 4 wideout on a competitive team. Then came the move to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a shot at a Super Bowl alongside Tom Brady, which was tragically cut short by a knee injury. He hasn't played in a regular season game since 2022, making his attempt to revive his career with San Francisco a compelling narrative. He signed with the team late last year, had a strong camp, and impressed both teammates and coaching staff with his performance during training camp. While his preseason didn't necessarily reflect that dominance, his work ethic and commitment were undeniable, and he seemed to be a crucial part of the Niners' plans at wide receiver. But the twists and turns didn't stop there. After a good training camp, Gage didn't make the initial 53-man roster. Then he was signed to the active roster, only to be released again. Now, the plan is to add him to the practice squad and potentially elevate him on game day. It's a testament to his resilience and the team's belief in his potential. Throughout training camp, he was a go-to target for Brock Purdy, making plays, running crisp routes, and securing contested catches. Given the current situation at wide receiver for the Niners, Gage could very well play a significant role in this monumental Week 1 clash against Seattle. So, what exactly is the situation at wide receiver? The Niners' top 5 wideouts currently include Ricky Pearsall, who I believe is on the cusp of a breakout sophomore season, and Jawan Jennings, who returned to practice yesterday, September 1st, looking healthy and sharp. Beyond them, however, lie some significant question marks. This is where the strategic genius of the 49ers front office comes into play. Enter Marquez Valdes-Scantling, or MVS, as he's affectionately known. The Niners are reportedly set to make a corresponding roster move, signing MVS to the active roster, making him a part of the 53-man club. This move directly explains Gage's release and subsequent practice squad placement. My best guess, and this happens all the time in the NFL, is that another team was likely trying to poach MVS off the Niners practice squad to sign him to their active roster. San Francisco, recognizing his value, swiftly blocked that transaction. This was a brilliant move by the Niners last week to bring in Valdes-Scantling. MVS, a 2018 fifth-round pick by the Green Bay Packers, was a favorite target of Aaron Rodgers because of his ability to take the lid off the defense. He runs a blazing 4.4 40-yard dash now, but coming out of South Florida, he clocked an incredible 4.37. This guy can disappear in the blink of an eye. At 6 feet 4 inches and 206 pounds, he possesses excellent size and has been a proven winner, making big plays in the playoffs and even catching a touchdown against the Niners in Super Bowl 58. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion, having hoisted the Lombardi Trophy twice. Now, let's be honest, MVS isn't perfect. He has a tendency to drop passes, which can be incredibly frustrating. He can get that elite separation, the throw can be perfect, and then he'll put the pill on the carpet. However, last year under Clint Kubiak, who previously worked under Kyle Shanahan, MVS was a very solid and explosive player. With the New Orleans Saints, even with inconsistent quarterback play, he averaged an astounding 22.6 yards per catch, leading all wideouts across the NFL. His numbers over the last 4 years paint a clear picture. Not a lot of catches, but a ton of yards because he is that quintessential deep threat. He averaged 15 yards per catch with Kansas City in 2023, 16.4 in 2022, and 16.5 with the Packers in 2021. Looking ahead to Week 1, MVS is perfectly positioned to serve as that vertical threat for San Francisco. And here's where it gets even spicier. He has a golden opportunity for revenge against his former team. He signed a 1-year, $5.5 million deal to follow Kubiak from New Orleans to Seattle, only to be cut. MVS admitted last week he wasn't expecting to be released, but he got beat out. Now he can prove to Seattle that they made a colossal mistake by burning them while wearing the scarlet and gold of their division rival. His role as a vertical option is a huge bonus for the 49ers, especially within Kyle Shanahan's offensive scheme. Shanahan loves to run a lot of crossers and underneath routes, with Christian McCaffrey catching passes out of the backfield. If you have a guy like MVS getting vertical, it forces the safety to shade over, leaving other parts of the field vacant. When that vertical threat takes 2 defenders deep, it opens up a world of opportunities for MVS's teammates on those underneath routes and crossers, allowing them to pick up yards after the catch and generate explosive plays for Shanahan's offense. This isn't just about MVS catching deep balls. It's about how his presence fundamentally alters the defense's approach, creating space for everyone else. Now, let's shift gears to something truly unprecedented. What happened to Seattle being an impenetrable fortress? What happened to the myth of the 12th man being an insurmountable force? Because faithful Niner fans are poised to take over Lumen Field this Sunday for Week 1, and we are going to see a sea of scarlet red in the stands. According to Nick Wagner, who does a tremendous job covering the 49ers for ESPN and the Vivid Seats fan forecast tool, 49ers fans are expected to make up a staggering 53% of the crowd on Sunday in Seattle. Let that sink in for a moment. More than half of the stadium will be cheering for our Niners. The average ticket price for this matchup is a hefty $393, with a get-in price of $241, reflecting the immense excitement surrounding this rivalry and the high stakes of a Week 1 clash. The excitement is palpable, not just for Niner fans, but for Seahawks fans too, who, after a 10-win season last year and some exciting offseason additions, expect their team to be competitive. But for the 49ers, last year's 6-11 record was an anomaly. Niner fans, myself included, firmly believe this team is ready to return to playoff and championship contention. Anytime the Seahawks and the Niners link up between the lines, it transforms into a physical, old-school heavyweight brawl, an uppercut and jab after uppercut and jab, where sometimes blood is spilled on the gridiron. But this time, we're bringing our own crowd to the fight. So, How do the 49ers ensure victory in this epic Week 1 battle? I've got some crucial keys to a Niners victory that we need to focus on before we wrap up. First and foremost, the return of Christian McCaffrey looms incredibly large for this Niners offense. When he's on the field and healthy, he is one of the most dynamic and impactful players in the entire sport. He completely transforms the complexion and operation of this Niners offense. As a ball carrier, a pass catcher, a decoy, an overall weapon, he can influence the game in an astonishing variety of ways. When Christian McCaffrey is playing to his standard, his fingerprints are all over the course of a ball game, dictating the flow and momentum. Secondly, this 49ers defense must be buttoned up. Robert Saleh is back, and we saw glimpses in the preseason that this Niners defense, under Saleh's play calling, is going to be creative, exotic, and adaptable. He's a master at making adjustments and putting players in positions to succeed. However, this Niners defense has seen significant turnover year over year, not just in the coaching staff, but also in personnel. We'll see how many rookies start in this season opener, but either way, a lot of young players are going to play significant snaps. San Francisco is going to make some mistakes, and we'll have to live with that, tempering our expectations to a certain degree. But with quality coaching, I believe we can expect really good results. This Niners defense has to be on its P's and Q's from the opening whistle. I'm particularly excited to watch the matchup between our cornerbacks, Deommodore Lenoir, one of the top and most underrated corners in the game, and Renardo Green, as they go up against Seattle's new receiving duo of Jackson Smith-Njigba and Cooper Kupp. Yes, Cooper Kupp, who stays in the division, moving from the Rams to Seattle at that receiver spot. The days of DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett as Seattle's primary threats are over. Renardo Green played well in his rookie year, and we need a big leap from him in year 2, which I believe he is more than capable of delivering. And finally, we cannot overstate the importance of Nick Bosa. He absolutely dominated the Seahawks offensive line in both games last year. But remember what happened in the second matchup? Bosa got hurt, and then the Seahawks were finally able to move the ball, score points, and mount that surprising, stunning comeback that pretty much ended the Niners season at that point. A healthy Bosa can single-handedly change this game. I anticipate this game will be close, decided on the margins. Winning the turnover battle and being fundamentally sound will be crucial, but special teams could also win or lose us the game. All eyes will be on Jake Moody. If he has to hit a clutch kick late, will he be able to split the uprights? Predict the score, faithful. Niners versus Seahawks, Week 1, coming up on Sunday. We'll be doing a watch party for this game, and I absolutely cannot wait to see all of you there, cheering our hearts out as our Niners dominate on the field and our fans dominate the stands. This is our year, and it starts now. And before you go, if you're as fired up as I am for this season, do me a favor. Hit that like button on this video right now. Let's show the world the strength of the faithful. And what are your bold predictions for Sunday? Who's going to be the unsung hero? What's the final score? Drop your thoughts, your excitement, and your passion in the comment section below. Let's get this conversation rolling and build the biggest, most engaged Niner Nation community online. Your engagement fuels this channel, and together, we're unstoppable. Let's go, Niners!